And now we'll go to problem of the day. It is an exciting problem of the day. I'm glad it's got energy. It's wanting to get to us so quickly here. And it's about a cup and saucer that weigh 1 pound together. The saucer is 3 times the weight of the cup. How many ounces are in each? So this is kind of one of those balancing type things. You hope that the saucer is a little bit heavier than the cup because it's got to support it, right? You got to sit it down in there and you don't want it to go collapsing. So let's talk about this thing just a tad. First of all, we start with a pound, 1 pound, which is fairly lightweight, I'd say. But we're going to end up talking about ounces. So one important fact we need to know here is that 1 pound equals, y'all got it? How many? How many? How about it? 16 ounces. And we'll use the OZ to work that. So 1 pound, by the way, you see that LB for pound. It looks strange with a 1, I thought, so that's why I used the word pound. And you get 16 ounces there. So the basic idea, we have a cup plus the saucer equal to, let's go ahead and say it, 16 ounces. 16 ounces right there to start with. So what we're worried about is how do we represent this cup and how do we represent the saucer? Well, you could say C plus S equals 16. And that would give you 2 variables. I'm going to try to do this thing with 1 variable. By the way, if you did 2 variables, you would have another one. How about it? The saucer, which would be S, equals 3 times the cup. So you could also say that S equals 3C. We may look at that if we have time on this one today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this from the beginning. We're going to let the cup, or the cup's weight, I guess we should say, we'll let it equal, what about it? Don't want to use O. We'll just go ahead and use N. We'll say the number of ounces, all right? Cup weight in ounces is equal to N. The saucer, its weight, no, I'm not going to use S. We're going to use, how much is it? 3 times. So there's 3N. So we've got everything in terms of 1 variable, which is kind of nice. Not kind of nice, it's very nice because we can substitute it in for our words here. And that's what's going on here. With word problems, a lot of times we get all freaked out about it. It's just transforming into an equation with the words, then put your symbols that you're going to use, your algebraic stuff here, like the n's, the 3n, put them in the right place. So here we go. N plus your 3n, and we'll lose the OZ. We know those are ounces. And here we have a very straightforward equation. If you don't mess it up, we don't want to mess it up, right? Nobody wants to mess this one up. Because we've got a 1 in front of that n, and we're going to be able to say, how about it? 1n plus 3n gives us 16. Well, what is 1n plus 3n? It's going to give us 4. And we're coming to a conclusion here real quickly. That was just adding like terms, very easy. Now we're going to divide both sides by 4. You got it? Everybody out there? Simple, isn't it? N equals 4 ounces. And don't say I make it look easy. I try to. But I want you to understand it's not that hard to be able to work from words to symbols and then do some algebra with it to find some things. Now what does N stand for? That's our cup. All right? Now we want to know about the saucer. The saucer was 3 times that N. Well, that'd be 3 times 4. And that's going to give us a 12 ounce. Remember, that's the saucer. Does 4 and 12 add up to 16? It certainly does. That's our next part that we want to make sure works. Get numbers, but they've got to make sense. They've got to be reasonable in terms of the problem. Now, remember what I said a little bit earlier? We could have maybe possibly said C plus S, but you know what's going to happen? Well, let's just show you what's going to happen. In this case, we would go ahead and put C plus S equals to, what was it, 16? But we need, if we got 2 variables, my friends, we've got to have what? We got to have 2 clues. Well, we have 2 clues, don't we? We have to have 2 equations. So the third one, not the third one, the second one, how about it? That would be, we've already got enough equations, don't we? But we're looking right over here, so let me map this out. That would be, the saucer is equal to 3 times the cup. S equals, and that's an S by the way, S equals 3C. what we would do, we would take that 3c, box it, and I just bring it right up there, and we'd plug it in there. And you know what? It's the same thing, isn't it? N plus 3n equals 16. The only difference is we got c's. It would work out the same way from there. So once you set up two equations, you could also use two variables for this. So two ways to work the problem of the day. How about that? Two for the price of one.